the Business Travel Podcast, brought to you by the Business Travel Magazine.
Hi, my name's Bev Ferris and I'm the editor of the Business Travel Magazine, and I'd like to welcome you to our latest Business Travel podcast. Now, today I'm here with Rachel Martin, who is Sales Manager of Virgin Atlantic Flightstore. Hi, Rachel.
Hi Bev, hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's great to meet you. We've never actually spoken before because basically you've until very recently been basically really focusing on the leisure market with Virgin Atlantic Flightstore. So tell me what your job involves and exactly is Virgin Atlantic Flightstore.
Yeah, no problem at all. So Virgin Atlantic Flightstore, we have worked in conjunction with Virgin Atlantic for the last 10 years in getting Virgin Atlantic and partner airlines like Delta content out to the UK travel trade. So it's for people that for one reason or another are unable to source their content directly from the airline, and they'd be able to get those negotiated fares through us instead. We've done that with the airline, in partnership with the airline for the last 10 years. It's a really successful platform. We work alongside the airline, so if we're dealing with sort of new routes or looking into new markets and new opportunities, we're able to sort of work there and get the airline sort of into new areas in terms of the trade, and vice versa. Really, it helps accounts obtain content that they might not normally get access to, and ultimately the end goal really is to get that direct from the airline. So we handhold accounts up to direct content too as well. So yeah, it's a tried and trusted model that we've run now for 10 years, and obviously I'm with you today because we are now entering that same business model, everything that we know and love, into the business travel world.
That's exactly it. You took the words out of my mouth. So now we're here today to talk about the fact that you've gone from the leisure side to the corporate side, and in the last week or so you haven't, and we exclusively revealed that in our newsletter. So thank you very much for that, for giving us that story exclusively. We were very proud to announce that you have in fact launched Virgin Atlantic Flightstore for Business, which is a whole new area for you. So tell me why you've decided to move into the whole TMC world.
Yeah, of course. So I know that my colleague Amy, who works at Virgin Atlantic, has been on one of your podcasts before and has talked about Virgin Atlantic's sort of focus into, as you say, the corporate travel market. And really, this was sort of the natural progression, really, of that plan, and ultimately the natural progression of Virgin Atlantic Flightstore. So what we have done in order to support Atlantic's expansion into the corporate travel world is to bring that same model that we deal with the leisure travel agents into TMCs. So we'll be able to provide TMCs who don't currently have access to Virgin Atlantic Netfare content, to be able to give them the access to those rights, the right content to the right people. So it's an online platform, although we can work with GDSs as well if you get in touch, and you'll be able to make your bookings, track existing bookings, all of that with us, with Virgin Atlantic Flightstore for Business, and making sure that you're getting that right content for your business.
So these are TMCs who haven't got contracts with Virgin Atlantic. So what sort of TMCs are we talking about here? Obviously, we're talking about the smaller ones, the ones that haven't
smaller independent TMCs. Yeah, it tends to be our bread and butter. So it would be people that for one reason or another don't have access to be able to source those fares directly. We can provide you with the right content.
Okay, so what other features does the platform offer that are particularly valuable to TMC? I know you've got some other airline partners in the group as well. Do they get access to those as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Virgin Atlantic and partner airlines. So obviously your Delta, your Air France, KLM. And the online platform allows you to book, amend, ticket, and even make post-ticketing amendments online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a really user-friendly website. We're quite proud of our technology. We call it market leading. So we're quite proud of the technology. More than happy to do showcases if people wanted to get in touch. And then alongside that, we are supported with an online help centre so that you can get any online help that you may need. And not just that, but teams that are available 24 hours a day to be able to help. So if you've got people that do need to make those last minute amendments, in the middle of the night, the team are very much on hand to help and support through that.
So I'm guessing in the team in the business travel world there are more amends, more last minute changes. So
Yes.
you've geared up for those.
We've geared up, we've prepared, yeah. So, Virgin Atlantic Flightstore, we are part of a wider group of companies, and we do have support in our global team. So, our head offices are based in Ellesmere Port in the UK, but we do have global teams in Cape Town and Barbados. So, between the offices, yeah, we'll be available to support our TMC partners 24 hours a day.
Okay, and how important are, I mean, I know we've, as you said, I've spoken to Amy in the past, and SMEs are very important to Virgin. How important is this
Yes.
market to you? Obviously, you're reaching out to them now. What will it mean for you
Yeah.
as a business or for Virgin
Yeah.
Atlantic?
Well, yeah, and their goal is our goal, right? So Virgin Atlantic and myself as a stepsister or sister-in-law with the Virgin Atlantic group, for us, really, I think the corporate travel market is something that has been a key focus for us over the last couple of years. This is something that has, as you say, been a big investment for us, in terms of getting those teams trained up and having this platform available. And I think that really does showcase how important this is to us. The trade is invaluable to Virgin Atlantic as a whole, in all parts. And I think that this really does show the commitment really that Virgin has in supporting the TMCs.
Yeah, and obviously you've got some key business routes now. I mean, you've got Riyadh, they've got not you, but
Yes.
Virgin Atlantic, they've got Toronto, and so I guess it's
Yeah.
with
Seoul coming soon as well.
of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
guess for that reason, it makes sense to go into to move more into the corporate world and to take Flight Store to the business side of things. So
So
I know.
exciting.
I know, again, talking to your colleagues that you're very generous with your incentives to kind of motivate bookings and try.
Yes.
So, what is it? Is it going to be the same with Virgin Atlantic Flight Store for Business?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I said, we work in conjunction with the airline. Their goals are ours. So all of the incentives that are available through Atlantic are always available through Flight Store. So Virgin Atlantic have an always-on incentive, which is called Sky High Club. And what it really is about rewarding TMCs for all they do all of the time. So they get points for every single booking that they ticket. And then those points can then be redeemed in thousands of different ways in lots of different products. So yeah, all of your Virgin Atlantic Flight Store for business bookings will all be relevant for Sky High Club and the points that you'll get there. And obviously watch the space for some exclusive uplifts through Flight Store as well.
So I know you've already said, Rachel, that people can get in touch with you if they want to see the website, have some demonstrations. But how do they actually get started if they want to get online, get going straight away?
Yeah, of course. So our website is vafsforbusiness.com. So that's VAFS for business.com. On there, there's a plethora of information about who we are, what we do, and obviously the registration links are on there too. And then if you wanted to get in touch with myself and the rest of the sales team, it's sales@vafsforbusiness.com. So sales@VAFSforbusiness.com.
Fabulous. Thank you very much. Well, good luck with everything. And I look forward to keeping in touch and hearing how it's going. Lovely to talk to you, Rachel. Have a good day.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
The Business Travel Podcast, brought to you by the Business Travel Magazine.